like you, how you listen to all kinds of different radio shows and different podcasts.
Yeah.
Jake is the same way. Jake is a huge Tom and Dan fan, and
your show reminds me a lot of Tom and Dan. It's very laid back. Nothing is forced. Everything goes.
I think that's kind of why I brought Jake in, because I said, Jake knows what podcasts sound like. He knows what good podcasts sound like. Let's bring him in, and he can maybe take a really good producing role. And I really wish Jake would do that. Jake, start producing more. So
you know what I like about Jake too? Is he can take a joke real well. You guys began your show, the Table Scraps, by ripping into him for being a chain smoker. Then he comes back in, laughs it off, and is honest. You guys hold nothing back, but it's not forced. I was really impressed with that. It wasn't mean.
When we bust each other's balls, though, the thing of it is you can't go for those low blows. It's got to be something that you've already joked about before in real life. Like with Jake, Jake has been wanting to quit smoking. I know he does. I mean, he wants to quit. So for us to bust his balls, it's for the better for him, to hopefully he can see that, hey man, you need to give that stuff up, It's not like we would ever bust him and be like, oh, Jake, you're a slob and your beard's dirty.
You're a piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly. You push the buttons that you can push without hurting a friendship. Because we're all friends. That's it. We're all really good friends.
When was the show that you did? Which number was it where you go, man, we have something here? Because at first you had to admit you might have been thinking, oh no, where is this going?
I got to be honest, man. I thought John has really high expectations for everything. So when we were recording with Buck, when we were recording in this studio, just me and John, we never put those things out because we felt it wasn't good enough. We don't want to put out our first episode unless it's a polished, good product. And the first time myself, and Jake sat down and did a podcast together, we really enjoyed it. And I said, guys, we need to put this out.
John does a phenomenal job of directing that show. He's an amazing host.
We don't necessarily name roles in the show. We don't say John is your host and Dennis is your co-host or Jake is your co-host or whoever's executive producer. We don't do that. But if we had to do it, John is clearly the host. I mean, he carries the show. He is the alpha. He's the alpha male. And we're just little worms under him, essentially.
He does do a lot of the talking. Does that hurt your feelings?
No. I think John has a fantastic voice. I think he has a voice for radio, and he knows how to keep it going. I think I don't ever want to.
And the thing that people don't know, real quick, is that John grew up a radio geek. He grew up a fan of Drew and Mike, Mancow, all these legit morning shows from the 90s, shows that I listen to as well. Everybody knows me as the radio geek, but Senning's the more quieter radio geek that goes low-key about it. Like, he loves radio. That's what I love about John.
John, Jake, dude, I don't listen to the radio. I never listened to the radio before doing this. I never listen. I still don't listen to podcasts. I mean, Jake tells me, oh, you got to listen to Tom and Dan, you got to listen to Serial, you got to listen to all these different podcasts, and dude, I just don't do it. It's just not necessarily for me. Do I like to talk? Yes, I love to talk.
Oh, we know that.
And me and John are really good friends, so I think he's got a great voice. He knows how to lead the show, but I think I compliment him well because I just know him. Yeah. I know what he's thinking. I know what he's going to say, so we bounce off each other. And Jake is a great third because Jake comes in with those quick little quips. He knows our humor. And sometimes Jake says some weird stuff, but most of the time, grade A. It's solid stuff.
Jake Heron, and I'm not just saying this because I'm talking to the co-host of the Crowded Table.
See, once again, we don't put labels on it. I would put myself in more of an executive producer role if we're going to put labels.
But I'm not just saying this just to flatter you guys. But Jake is one of the most genuine and funny guys I've ever worked with. When I worked at the pizza shop, West Shore Pizza South Side, off 54th Avenue South, there's the plug. When I worked there, it's a great place. The days that Jake was there, work would go by so fast because he would calm me down. He'd be like, Hoppy, it's just pizza. Hoppy, you're going to be okay. Hoppy, I really like you, man. Jake is one of the most genuine guys, and the best part about it was he never got that mad. He was always able to make a joke about it. You guys did a really good job of finding the right amount of voices. Jake talks when he needs to. You talk when you need to. John might be the host, but it seems like there's no egos there. Everyone knows when it's their time to chime in.
Yeah, and you're right. Jake is one of the nicest dudes I know. I can't say anything better.
He's you just want to hug him.
I could literally be stranded, in Brandon, across the bridge, far away, and call Jake and be like, dude, I need help. And he would go there for me. I honestly don't know that I could say the same for John.
Do you want to hear something?
Yeah.
Are you ready to have your ego be hurt? We've had a show where I've given you a pat on the back. You've patted me on the back.
Oh,
We've had memories.
Oh, God.
Mike Kelta said, man, me and Spanish are bored watching this. And Spanish typed, boo. And we're called jerks.
I hope it's just because of you, though. Like, I hope they're interested in me because I'm a pretty awesome dude.
What's so awesome about you?
Nah,
Why should anybody
I'm not
like
that
you?
awesome. I don't want to talk about myself. This is
You're a weird guy because you come off so likable, but then when people compliment you, you're like, oh, no.
I don't like being complimented. It's a weird feeling to be complimented, except when people talk about my huge penis, which is undisclosed whether it is actually big or not. But when
Wait. So how did you get the name Gravedigger, by the way?
Man, that was Calter Cruz #1.
And Kelta said he banged Carmen.
Who banged Carmen?
That's what my Kelta typed. He said you banged Carmen.
Oh, that's how I got the name, I would imagine. No, on Calter Cruz #1, I was sitting with John Brennan at dinner, and John Brennan decided to let everyone know that he named his penis Bruce, which is a great name for a penis. It's very fancy. And I don't know, out of nowhere, I said, I call mine Gravedigger, and
that's it.
It stuck.
I thought you had a huge schlong or something.
That's the thing is, I never said it's so big. I just called it Gravedigger, and everybody else was like, yeah, it's so big. And so I can't stop people from saying it's big. I'm not going to be like, no, it's tiny. It's so small.
Spanish said you're a mousy fuck.
What does that even mean? What does that even mean?
Have you been called that before?
Mousy? I don't know what that means.
Mike Kelta said we should fight at the next Punch Out.
We as in me and Mike Kelta?
No, me and you.
Oh, me. Well,
we're not even in the same weight class. You're a twig and I'm an uncoordinated fuck. Me and John Senning should fight.
That's what I was going to say. If you're going to have two people fight, it should be John and you because the host of the show. I'm clearly not the host, so.
What are you anyway?
I'm just a man. Just a man.
And of course, this moron had to break in. It's everyone's favorite Kevin Wallish from the...
I don't have a mic.
What promotions team are you even on anymore? You just kind of flirt around this building like a little player. Get on the mic next to Dennis.
I go
Cutest
always,
couple.
Man.
You go all ways? Of course you do. How are you?
I've seen his dick.
Oh.
Don't believe the hype.
What?
So how's it going, Kevin? How's life going just swinging through the offices like Donkey Kong?
It feels good to be back, man.
How's your job been, man? We miss you.
It's alright. It's kind of fucking shitty.
Why? What happened? What's
It's
shitty
just
about
the
it?
9 to 5 lifestyle, man.
And you also did say that the thing with your new job, Kevin, because you were originally promotions at 102.5 The Bone.
I still am.
And you became a jack of all trades with 97X and How 101.5. And what I'm saying is you go from a building where 97X, How 101.5 The Bone, everyone has fun, everyone's a family, you have crazy conversations in the office. And now you're at this 9 to 5 job you told me a month ago that nobody talks about anything.
No, there's no dick jokes happening in this office.
What is the office like?
Just a bunch of moms buying me cookies and shit every day, trying to get me fatten me up.
Mike Kelta says, I like that kid, as I pointed to you.
I like you too, Mike.
Remember when he said that you're my sidekick?
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I'll take it, whatever.
So where do you want to see yourself, Kevin? You're a guy that kind of roams through life. You're kind of a drifter. You bang hot girls. You kind of just get the job done. To me, I've been looking for your name to be Employer of the Month here at Cox Media. I've always respected what you have done.
I was looking for that. I haven't been looking for that at all. That's never going to happen, man.
Why not?
I don't get the spotlight here. No one likes me.
What is your dream job? Like, what do you want to do? You're almost 30.
I don't want to work
You're
at
getting
all.
old.
I'm almost 30. I'm like 25, dude.
Once you become 26, then you're on the second hand of the 20s, so you're getting old.
Yeah, I'm going to be on the Obamacare in about 2 months.
So what do you want to do, man? Because Dennis said he wants to...
I haven't figured it out yet.
Dennis wants to go to Los Angeles. Dennis wants to be in videography. Dennis wants to be in a porno. What do you want to do?
I already told you I wanted to go to California.
Yeah. So what does Kevin want to do? I want to make it in radio. I want to have a morning show.
Kevin wants to go get dinner.
That's really what yeah.
So you're here interrupting this great interview because you want to go have dinner and give him a mouth hug.
Remember who did Hoppe Hour first?
What?
Remember, out of all the promotions people, who did it first?
Who did it first? You did do it first.
Right. All these kids that hated you at the time, and now look.
Oh, that actually is a very good point. You know.
Man, I didn't hate you. You just didn't want me to be on, you know?
No, me and you just weren't close at first. I didn't think you liked me, dude. I remember our car rides would be more awkward because there'd be nothing to say. But now I feel like if you'd be on the promotions team, we would have a riot in the car.
Maybe.
I just don't think anybody liked me back then. I didn't like myself back then. I had a dying cat. I wasn't on my meds. I wasn't confident.
That sounds like a lot of excuses, Hoppy.
I'm being honest. What do you want to do? What do you want me to do?
No, he's mostly interviewing me about his life.
So where can people check out the Crowded Table?
We are mostly just on SoundCloud has been our way to go. You can actually we just we're launching a whole new thing starting tomorrow. So we just changed our channel name from the Crowded Table to the Crowded Channel because now we're doing 2 podcasts a week. We do the Crowded Table. We also do the Table Scraps, which is they're just one has prep and one has 0 prep.
I like
just
it.
Turn the mics on.
And then you're going to be doing the Broken Table for wrestling, right?
And then the Broken Table for wrestling is starting tomorrow, and I'm not really a part of that.
That's it. You like wrestling?
No, I'm not a part of that. That's John's. That is John's thing. And then the thing is, we're looking to add more shows to it, you know, and not necessarily just shows that we're doing. If other people are doing shows and they need exposure, or they have an idea and they want to be on the Crowded Channel, we'd love to get other podcasts involved and just really growing something into a network, essentially.
Well, Dennis, keep up the good work. I'm glad that we're friends, and I'm glad that we're coworkers, and I respect what you guys do and what you do on your own time with Bone TV, and I see big things with you in the future.
Thanks, man. By the way, one more plug before, if anyone's listening to this, after the show, we just put out a new Table Scraps tonight, so go check it out.
Is it on the One Crowded Table Twitter account?
That's correct. You can follow us on Twitter at One Crowded Table. You can follow me at Dennis _
No one's going to do that.
No,
I will be sure to retweet the episode.
Thanks, man.
Keep up the good work. This has been Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe, saying peace out.